Hello and welcome back. So today we are going to continue building this beautiful, simple admin dashboard. So the other thing that we are going to look at is how we can be able to create this part here where we can be able to list all the donors. We are going to see how we can create this beautiful the data rich table here that we are going to call it DataGrid, or it's called DataGrid. So we are going to build this one here, and then also we are going to see for the prospect also. So let's continue and build this data rich table here. So for example, now we are going to come here to this part, and then we are going to navigate to the donors here. So the other thing is, let's now go to the donors part here, or the page, and then here we are going to continue. So for the donors here, the first thing that I want you to actually see is that we have this part that is that holds the all donors and this button here. So let's make sure that we create that. Even before that, we can style by giving it a width. So a width here, we are going to give it a width of 70 VW, like that. Also, we are going to have another div inside here, and this div is, we are going to give a class name here, a class name of, let's say, we are going to have a display of flex. We are going to have items to be on the same line. Also, we are going to have justify to be between here, and also we can have a margin of 30 pixels, like that. Also inside here now, the other thing that we can have is the heading one, that we hold the text for all donors, like that. So all donors, and then here we can give it a class name and then style it. So here we are going to give this a margin of 20 pixels, like that. And also we can have we can give it a font size of 20 pixels also. So 20 pixels, and then I think that's okay. Now here we can have now the button, and the button here is new donor, like that. Here we can give it a class name. So a class name of, let's say, a big background color of, let me add the background color here, 1E, 1E, 1E. And then we can have the text to be white. And then also we can have the padding to be a padding of 20 or 10 pixels. And then cursor to be pointer. Cursor should be pointer, like that. So I think if I save this and then come back here to my part here, you can be able to see all donors and this new donor here. So the other thing that we need to do is to make sure that we use this data rich table here, and to use it we can use material UI data rich data grid here. So I'm going to see the overview. So when you click on this overview here, you can be able to see this, how you can build this rich data grid here. So, but before that, I want to go here to get started, and then I can be able to install this. So let must install this. So let me install rich data grid here, and also you can see the same, you need to have to install, if you want to use this, you need to install or have installed this emotion react and also this styling here. So I think now it is installing, so let us wait until it has finished installing. After you have installed that, you need to make sure that you have added the rows here, and also you need to have the columns. So that I have already prepared, and we are going to add that. So after you have rows and columns, you need to add now rich data grid as the one that you can see here. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to add it here now in my code, because here you can see we are having now this part here. So let me first make sure that I add the div, and then I'm going to add it right there. So the other thing, I'm going to make sure that I add here a margin of 30 pixels. So 30 pixels, like that. And then the other thing is I want to import it So let me first of all make sure that I import using this here, this line of code. So I'm going to import it up here like that. Also, I don't want to have this here, so I'm going to remove this. Actually, let me see where the error is. So I import it like that. Yeah. So also here I need to remove this part here. So I want to see where the problem is, because here you can see import unknown keyword or identifier. So after that, now it has the error is gone. So the other thing that we need to have is these rows and columns. So I had already prepared that. So we are going to come here to my notepad, and then here I'm going to actually make sure that I copy these columns. I'd already created the columns and also the rows here. So let me copy everything here, and then I'm going to paste it up here like that. So the other thing is we need to add several things. For example, let me see. For this link, we need to import the link. So import the link here from React Router DOM. So from React Router DOM, for example, this one here, like that. Also, the other thing that we need to import is this icon here from React Icons. So I'm going to import, here we are going to import far trash like that. And then now I think this is okay now. So if I save this and come back here to my project, so error rows is not defined. I think when I reload here, now it will be able to show me this data. So you can see now we have this data here. So even you can see it has pagination. So actually, if you check here, you can see this one has this point here for selection. So to do that, I'm going to add here. So I'm going to add down here that option. So to add that, you can come inside here to this data grid and then add checkbox selection like that. And when you save that and come back here, you'll be able to see that we have this part here for selection. So I'm going to do the same for the prospects here. So let me come to these prospects here and then add the same. So here I'm going to copy everything here like that. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to paste it here because it's the same thing. So here this is for all prospects. Yeah, so let me change this. So all prospects here like that. Another thing is that we need to have we need to import here this part up here. We need to import everything here like that. So let me import it here like that. So copy that, then come up here and paste this one here. And then I think this one we are going to need it. So also the other thing that I have done is that I have prepared the columns and rows for these prospects here. So let's do that. So it is actually here. So from here, these columns and also these rows here. So like that. If I copy this and then add it here, let me add it like that. So now the error is gone. So if I come back here, can be able to see that we have all this data here, and we need to remove this button because here we are not going to need that button because we don't add new prospects. So let me remove this from here like that. And I think now it's okay now. So if I come back to this part now, you can see all the prospect, and it looks the same with this one. So I think that's okay now. So we need now to also check on the detail page. So if you click on this approve here, it needs to take you to another page that is where you can be able to approve the prospect. So let's do that. do that, the first thing that I need to do is to make sure that I add here another page that is called prospect. So I'm going to add prospect here like that, then JSX. The other thing is I want to add RFCE here, RFCE like that. So I'm going to remove this importation here. Then here also we need to make sure that we have added that out in our layout here. So I'm going to copy this and then make sure that when I just go to the prospect, I can go to the prospect and then add the ID here or anything that I like, a slug or anything like that. So here I can just save it like that. And then here also I need to import the prospect. So prospect, so from pages, so I can import it like that and then save it. So I'm going to close donors here and I'm going to be left with the, and also for the home. So for the prospect here, when I click on this approval, so let me just come up here where we have the columns. So for the columns here, you can be able to see this approval here. I had already wrapped it with the link. So this one will be just link and then it will be just prospect. It will just be prospect like that, and then something like 1 2 3, or we are going to place the ID of that prospect here. So if I come back here and go to the, actually I don't know why it's giving me, if I come back here and then click on the approval here like that, you can see we are going to this prospect page here, and that's because we have created it right now. So inside here for the prospect, let me now create a page here. So for example, if you check here for the prospect, you'll be able to see we only need a part here, this card that will display our information. So let's do that. So let me remove this here. So here we are going to have styling. So class name here, first thing. So here we need to have the it to be flex. We can have items to be center here. Also the justify to be center like that. We are going to have a mean height here, then screen like that. So inside here we are going to have now another div, and this one will now be holding the information. So here we can add the class name, we can add the margin to be 20 pixels like that. We can also have height to be of 80 VH or V height like that. We can have the width to be of 450 pixels, and also the other thing is we can give it a shadow of LG like this one here. So if I save this and then come back here, you can be able to see this data or this card here. So now let's start creating our data inside here. So the first thing that we need to do is to have this header here, and this one is for prospects. So for prospect detailed page, so here we can also make sure that we style this. So a class name, we can give a font to be of semi-bold. So semi-bold here. We can have the margin to be of 30 pixels, and then after that, now we can just add an ordered list here. So here we can have the margin, so we can have class name, we can have a margin to be of 30 pixels like that, and then inside here we can have now the list. So for the list here, I'm going to have a styling. So I'm going to have a styling of, let's say, something like a margin right of something like margin top of 10 pixels like that. So inside here now we can have, let me add here a strong here like that. We can have that strong here, and here we can add something like name, and then we can have the colon here. After the name here, we can have now the name. Maybe this one would be James Kruger. The other thing is here I need to give it bold. So here we need to have font to be semi-bold like that. So when I save this and then go back to my code here, be able to see the name here. So I can copy and paste it several times. So let me copy it and I'm going to paste it here. So for example, the other thing that we should add here, we are going to need to add address. So address. So here I can add address, like we can just copy from here actually. So the address, this one here, and then add it right there. Then move from this part here. Also we need to just copy this list here, and then we can have another thing. So we can, after the address, we can have the phone number. So let me just get this phone number here. So this phone number. So I'm going to remove this text here. For the phone number, I'm going to add like this one here, anything. Also, we are going to add another list here. And then for this one is for blood type. So let me add blood type. So blood type here we can add AB. So AB. So AB and then plus. So AB plus like that, or AB positive. We can add something else here. So after blood type, also we can have disease. So here we can have disease or diseases. Let me add as diseases, and for diseases here we can just add something like maybe none. Let's say the prospect doesn't have any disease that he or she knows. So also here we can add another one. For after the disease we can have date here. So let's add date here, and for the date we can have, so the date can be 12/6/7 and then 2024. And then the other thing is, let's add after date we can add the weight. So here we have the weight like that, and then here we can add to be 50 kgs, or let's add as 50 kgs here, and let's have another list here. So this one we are going to have, after the weight we can have the status, and then the status here is pending, status to be pending. So let me add here pending like that. So after that, after this one here we can have a span, but before that we can just check how it looks like. So let's come back here. You can see the information here. Now we need to have another text here. So this one we are going to say, do you, or actually I can copy paste rather than typing to save time. Do you want to approve James to Adorno? So I'm going to paste it here like that, and also we can have now the button here. So the button, and then this is for approve. So I'm going to add here approve like that. So if I come back here to my project here, you can be able to see that they are aligned at the displays are displayed at the line. So I'm going to add here class name, and here I'm going to add to be displayed block, and also I'm going to have the margin to have a margin of, let's say, 10 pixels like that. So if I do that and come back here, you can be able to see now we have displayed them in a block. So the last thing that we need to do also is to make sure that here we have styled this button. So let me style this button here, class name. So the other thing here we need to do to give a background color of red, yeah, 400. Also we can have like text to be white like that. Also we can have cursor to be pointer. We can have like padding to be have a padding of 5 pixels, and we can have the width here to be 150 pixels, and then we can have a margin of 10 pixels like that. I think that's okay now. And if we check right here, you can be able to see that we have this button, and we have created this beautiful card that displays the information about this prospect. So that is it. I want to end this video here. So make sure that you like this video and also subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure that you turn on the notification bell, and you'll be notified the next time I upload the next video. So in the next video, we are going to complete this beautiful dashboard, admin dashboard, and then we are going to jump into another project. See you in the next video. Have a great day.